Right, okay. Let's just make sure everything is all in order. Let's go to my channel. There we go. And we will just pause that. There we go. Okay, right then, let us get to work. So, oh god, hello. Why is everything moving so fast? Right, okay. Let me just close a few of these things down. There we go. Oh, WhatsApp seems to be causing me issues. But anyway. Okay, so setting up a universal save system. Let us dive right into it. So we're going to need a few things first of all. So what we're going to need first of all is a save game object. So let's do save game object, because since that is the actual point of the whole thing. So save level actor info. Sweet. We're going to need a struct. So let's grab us a struct. This is going to be struct level actor info. That's where we're going to save all our level actor data. We're going to need a pickup. Well, a blueprint class for our master item. So we'll do an actor, and we'll call this BP master actor. And then all of the other actors will derive from this. So we can put all of our code into here, and it will work in all of the children. So that is good. Right, so I believe that is everything we need for the time being. So what we're going to do first of all is go into the BP first person game mode. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to start setting up some variables in here. So let's open that up first of all. And the first variable we're going to want is current level name. And that's going to be a string. So let's add a function in here. And this is going to be initialize. Am I spelling that correctly? Initialize level save game, or level save data probably plays a bit better off that one. So we're going to first of all get current level name, and then we're going to promote that to a variable. And this is going to be called current save slot. Okay, so that's going to get our level name, and we're going to promote it to a variable. Pretty straightforward. Let me just check my notes. So the next thing we need to do is, does save game exist? So does save game exist? And if it does, we're going to want a little branch off here. So let's get a little branchy. And there we go. So if it is, we're going to do a load game from slot, which is going to be our current save slot. Where's that? File. Sweet. So we've got our current save slot, and then we're going to cast to our save game object, our save level actor info. We're going to then promote that to a variable, and that's going to be our save level actor info. Sweet. We can actually, I don't want the as on the front of that, so it's going to mess up later on when I start searching for things. So there we go. If the save does not exist, we're going to create a save game object, create save game object, and that's going to be of our type save actor level info. then we don't need the cast on this one. So we can just get that and set it. And then we're just gonna, because it's the first time creating it, we're just gonna save game to slot. So we're just gonna do save game to slot. And obviously our slot name is our current save slot name. And then we're gonna put in a couple of print strings just so we know what's going on. So level data exists and we've loaded the level data. If the level data does not exist, we're going to say first time load. And then we're going to actually add return nodes here as well. We'll do return. Not that. We want to return node. Return node. And we want an output on this, which is going to be our first time load. First time load. And if that is true, then we are going to do some other stuff on the event begin play. So let's just grab that. So we want this to be first time load if this is false. So if we created save game data, we're going to load it and we're going to run first time load as false. And if we don't have any save game data, if we've got save game data, we're going to load it, set it, and then we're going to say first time is false because level data exists. If we haven't and we've created level data object, we're going to save that to that one we'll run next time. And then we're going to return that it's the first time load is true. So on the event graph, we can get our event begin play. And then we're going to do a branch off this. So branch, I know we want to initialize level save data first of all. And then off this return pin here, whether it's a first time load, we can branch. And we're going to need a couple of other functions in here. So our other functions are going to be get all actors first load. So we'll do get all actors on first load. And then what we're going to do is get all of our actors of our class event, and we're going to set up their variables in the array and then save it. So let's go into our struct first of all, compile that. Let's go into our struct and we need some variables. So structure. Yeah, let's move that up into the viewport so you guys can see it. So let's go into our struct. We need a few things. So we're going to get our actor class, our actor transform, save array index, and that should be it. So this is going to be struct, and it's going to be our. Did we created our struct? Yeah. Struct level. No, I'm doing actor class. So, all right, let's go into this. So we'll do actor class add variable, and that's going to be an actor class reference. And then we also want a transform and an integer. So this is going to be actor transform. And that's going to be a transform and actor array, actor save array index. And that's going to be an integer. Okay, sorted. So we need to go into our save level actor info. We add variable in here, which is going to be our save actor info. And that's going to be our struct level actor info. I should call that save level actor info. Okay, sweet. So we're going to do our get all actors on first load. So we're going to get all actors of class. So this is anything you've placed in the world. Get all actors of class. And that's going to be our master actor item. Master actor. Then we're going to do a for each loop for all of these. So for each. All right, so for each of these, we're going to get its class and its array index and its transform. So first thing we're going to do is get our current save slot. We're going to get save actor info. And for each of these, we're going to set an array element. So let's set array element. We can plug that into there. And we can then get that. Wait a minute. Have I made a boo-boo? Yes, I've made a boo-boo. That should be an array. Compile. So that's going to not go into there anymore. And it's going to go into there instead. So we're going to set the array element in this particular array here. So let's grab that and that. Move them along a little bit so we got some space. And the array index is going to be this index. We're going to split that struct bin and size it to fit. And we're going to do get actor transform. I'm going to plug that in. I'm going to leave the item class as master item for the time being. So let's put that in there. The actor save array index. Yeah, I think we can leave that blank for now, but I'm just going to put the reference to this index in there. And that looks good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our off this. We're going to get save game to slot, which is going to be our current save slot. Save actor info object. And that should be good to go. So just check. And we'll do print string on this. Print string initial. Let's never spell initial right. Initial actor save list set. So event graph. Is it the first time loading the level? Yes. Then we're going to do get all actors on first load. And then that should get all of our actors of class. It's going to set the array element at that index, which is coming from this. And we're going to save the game to slot. Good stuff. So what we also need is another function for load all level actors. So if we haven't done a first time load, we need to load all level actors. So we'll go load all level actors. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to get all actors of class. We're going to get all actors of class, which are our master actor. And then for each, we're going to destroy them. We'll just do that, destroy actor. And once that's finished, we want to loop through our level actor data. So let's get this. Get save level info actor. And then we're going to do for each of these. And then we're going to split this function here. So split that structure. So for each of these, we're going to have our array indexes. So what we can do is get the transform. So we're going to spawn actor from class. Spawn actor class. So it's going to delete all the actors, and it's going to look at our list of saved actors. And it's going to spawn them at their saved transform, which is getting set on the first load. So it's going to populate this up to the first 3 indexes. And then this one's going to remove all of those, then remember them. So it's going to populate them up. And once we start removing them, we're going to start taking them away, if that makes sense. So master actor. And our master actor needs to have save array index as a integer that we can expose on spawn and make it instance editable. So now we should be able to set that. We refresh this node, save array index, and that's coming from our array index. So for every item in this array, we're going to set this, and we're going to give it that save array index. So when it wants to remove itself, it can check itself against that index. We're going to make sure it always spawns. And that should be good to go. So let me just work this through in my head. So yeah, we're going to destroy all the actors. They've been saved in the level array. So we're going to rebuild the actors in the level from that array. And that is what we're going to do here. So there we go. We've got our 2 options. And what we're going to do, whether or not we're initializing the save or we're creating a new one. And we're just going to come from here. So if a save game exists, it's not going to be a first time load. If we are creating it, it's going to be a first time load. If it's the first time load, we're going to get all the actors, store them in the save level actor array. And once they've all been stored, we're going to save that to the slot. And then when we load all the level actors, we're going to remove everything. And we're going to load them from the slot. So now if we put some actors into here, and we'll just go into there real quick, and we'll add some stuff. So let's add static mesh, call it actor mesh. And we'll make that so it's got collision. And we'll add a collision volume. Box collision. And that can be colliding with the player. So we'll move that up a little bit. So it's more like that. And we'll just call this a cube. We'll do 0.5, 5. Okay, so let's just make sure everything's working the first time around. So let's go into here, find our save game folder. We don't have any. That's good. So if we hit save, hit play now. First time level data loaded, creating level data. Sorted. Now it should remove all of those blocks and then respawn them again. And just to make sure that that's happening, let's go into here. We'll do print actor removed. And then we'll just do print string actor added. Sweet. So let's compile that. Run it again. There we go. Actors move, actors added, and as you can see, they're all in the world. So we know that's working properly. It's saved our list of actors, and that's all tickety boo. So that's working fine. So what we need to do now is we need to remove actor from level data. So let's add a function for that. So remove actor from level data. So this is if we've picked the actor up. So we need some inputs on this. We need an index to remove, which is going to be the index from our object, which we're setting when it's spawned. So index to remove, and that's going to be our integer. What we're going to want to do is get our save game object, get level. What is it? Saved actor info. So let's get our saved actor info. That's it. And then we want to do set array element, which is going to be the index from the object that we're removing. And the item's just going to be empty. And that will remove it from our thing. So then what we're just going to do is get this. We're going to do save game to slot, because now that we've updated our save level info, we want to update our save to reflect that. So let's just pop that there. Put that to there. There we go. Move that across. And that should be good. So let's get our current save slot. Add that in there. So now when we remove an actor, it's going to remove it from that array. So if we go to our master actor now and go to our event begin overlap, we'll do cast to VV character. Sorry, I just put my cigarette out. Right, so just for the time being, we're going to then do another cast. Cast to BP first person game mode. We'll get the game mode. Game mode. And then from here we can call our remove item. No. What do we call it? Remove actor. We'll call remove actor. Remove actor from save level data. And the index to remove is going to be its array index. Now we're going to have this because when we run it on first load, it's setting it in the array index. So we're going to get all the actors of class. We're going to set the array element. Based on its index. I think we also need to actually set that in the item as well, don't we? We load all level actors, it's getting set from the array. But the first time, get all actors on first load. Setting it in the array element, but not in the object. So let's just test that out. Save games. Save. So if we do that, move actor and then destroy. And then we should be able to pick those up. And then when we play, yeah, I think actually on the first load, we need to, yeah, for each of those, we're going to set, save, slot array index to the index for each one of those. So they will now match up to their indexes in the save array. Let's just move these nodes down a little bit. Move that to there, just to neaten that up. There we go, that's empty now. So we should be able to go pick one of these up. And then we play again. It's remembered it. We pick that one up. It's remembered it. Sorted. So now we're getting it to spawn our actors in if they're in the actor array, and if they're not, it's removing them. Excellent. Making good progress here. So what's our next? Our next protocol is spawning actors in. So let's do a spawn actor function. So spawn actor. And we'll give this some inputs. So what we'll do first of all is we'll just give it a transform. And that's going to be obviously a transform. We're going to do spawn actor class, which is going to be our master actor. We're going to always spawn. Spawn transform is going to be that pin there. And then what we're going to do is get our current saved actor info. Saved level actor info. We're going to add this to it. So we're going to add. We'll split that. Right, so actor class is going to be our default actor. So we'll get master actor. We're going to get actor character. Yeah. No, actually, we're not getting a transform from there. Oh, we're getting it from here. So let's bring that down. Move that across. Plug that in. And there we go. So now we've got our transform. And our save array index is going to be the length of this. Our last index, pretty much. Then we're going to +1 to that. We're going to get our next index. We're going to set that in the actor save index array. And then we're going to get this actor here. Get save index array. We're going to set, we're going to set save actor array index. And that's going to be our index from this. We want it to be the same one as the slot it's being saved to. And then the last thing we're going to do is just grab our save actor info. We're going to save game to slot. And our slot name is our current save slot. And there we go. So we now can hit compile on that. And then we can go into our first person character. We'll do right mouse button. And we'll cast to our game mode. So we'll cast to BP first person game mode. Get game mode. Spawn actor. And we'll do, we'll get our camera, first person camera. Actually, no, we'll get the capsule component. We'll do, forward vector. We'll multiply that by, let's say 300. 300. split that struct pin, plug that into there. Every time we right mouse now, it should spawn an actor. So let's just check that out. Oh god. What is it's done something alright. Oh, no, I've plugged into the bloody scale, that's why. Alright, let's delete that and just make sure everything works. So take that. Is it going to remember it now? Yep, okay. Now we can has it remembered that? Yep. So we need to get world location. I always forget this bit. We need to add those two together. And that's going to be our spawn location. So let's delete the save now. And test that out. Actually, hang on, let's go back to the map. There we go. So now if we spawn a few blocks in. Oh god, hello. There we go. It's remembered that those blocks have been spawned in. Now if we hoover them up. It's remembered that it's hoovered them up. So we can go and pick this one up. Spawn that one there and that one there. And we can get that one. And just that one. And it's remembered all of the actors we've spawned and despawned. Beautiful. So that's pretty much it. Oh god, that was pretty quick. How long did that take? What's the time? 37 minutes. I'll take that. I'll take that. 37 minutes. So now let's get a bit creative with it and show why we're using this struct system to save and load our object information. So we're just going to save all that level info. And we're just going to have a quick visit to the bathroom. Okay, right then. But yeah, so now we've got our save and load system pretty much done. It's that simple, and that will work on each individual level because we're setting the level name before we initialize the save. So every level will save a unique concoction. Let's save all of that and close it down. So let's go and add some more stuff to our struct. So let's add a variable. We'll call this actor mesh. We'll set this as a static mesh. Static object. So we can save that now in our struct. So if we go to get all actors on first load, we now have an item actor item mesh. So we can get static. What's our actors mesh? Actor mesh, that's it. Right, so we'll get actor mesh and we'll it's not static mesh component. Okay. Hang on a minute, let's go back into the struct. Static mesh component. We'll just change that. Save. Now that should match. There we go. So we're going to save the actors mesh in the array as well. And we want to do the same thing on spawn actor. So we'll add another one here. Get actor mesh. So whatever mesh we have for this, we're going to save it. When we load all level actors, we're going to then set actor mesh. Get actor mesh. Let's see, set static mesh. And we're going to pull that mesh from our save object info. So you begin to see how powerful this system can be. So we'll get the actor mesh. I'll plug that. Static mesh object reference is not static, not compatible with static mesh object reference. What? What? So we're getting the actor's mesh and setting that in the actor mesh in the array. But when we're getting it from, and we're doing it there, that's fine. But when we want to set the actor mesh, component, there we go. So now, if we were to change, in theory, oh god damn it, loaded up bloody Firefox. So now, in theory, if we were to change the static meshes, so let's make this one a cone. So now, if we escape out of that and then hit play again, yeah, no, that's not working. Load all level actors. Remove actors. All actors. Let's remove that. Save. Fix up all the redirectors. Get rid of the data. So play. Oh god. Let me spawn that in. display. They should be all around us. Yep. And we can hoover them up. And there we go. Beautiful. So yeah, and that's it. That's pretty much everything you need to do. So when you just add to the array, it remembers the actor. So you can add any kind of info to this you want. Transform array index is going to get set automatically. The transform is going to set automatically. But then you can also say, for example, have how many units of an item are in there. Another cigarette. Obviously, the best way to do the mesh thing was just an experiment. The best way to do that would be on the construction script from a data table. So let's look into our struct. So this is where you would set up all of your variables. So you could have one for health, one for the inventory of the actor. But yeah, the idea is when you spawn an actor into world, you just use this function. So it sets up all the actor details. So you could have subclasses that you could set it to, and then it's going to save the game to the slot once it's added it. When it removes an actor, it's going to remove it from that array by targeting that specific element and blanking it out. When it loads all the actors, it's going to remove all the instances in the level and only load in the actors that you want with the information that you've given it. So yeah, it's pretty simple, pretty robust automatic save system. I can't say any fairer than that, really. So let's have a play around with this. So let's go into our master actor. First of all, I'm going to go and create a UI. So widget blueprint, UI actor display. And we'll bring in a size box. Into that, let's drop a border. The size box will do 300 by 100. Let's show that on screen. Pretty good. So in that border, we'll drop a vertical box. So we can start adding some values into here. So the first one let's add is going to be some text. Put that in there. And we'll, where's the font? So we'll do 24, 25, that'll do. Shadow 2, color. Boom. And we'll give it an outline as well. Just so we can see it. Okay. So let's get some. Let's get some stuff. So let's add a variable for owning object. And that's going to be a master actor. File. And we want to expose that on spawn and make it instance editable. And in the master actor, that's add widget, and we'll do display. Want that screen, and we want our display file. People, let's bring that up a little bit. I think I accidentally sucked them all up. Display designer. Vertical bar. Order. Why is it showing up so big? Row size 100 by 50. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, so let's just go into our object and the event graph. We'll get our display. User. User widget object. And then we're going to cast it to UI active display. And in this, we need an owner, which I think we got. Yeah, yep. Beefy master actor. Set beefy. Set. Why can't I set beefy master actor? File. Beefy. What? Okay, we'll do this a different way. So we'll do health. Compile. Active display. We'll bind text block to the owning objects. Health. Compile. Okay, so that's right. The health. So that's 100. Why aren't they? I am very, very, very confused. Abstract. Get user widget object. That BP cast to UI active display. owning object. That's where I'm going wrong. Oh, my days. I gotta start remembering what I call things. Owning object as self. There we go. All right, so now we're getting that. All right, sorted. So now we're getting our display for the health. So now what we can do is when we spawn an object, we can define its health. Let's refresh that. Why not got it exposed on spawn? No. So instance activable. No, not private when exposed on spawn. Health. There we go. So in our game mode, we now have refresh nodes, a health value. So if we go to our struct, we can add a variable here for object health, and that's going to be an integer. So now when we set our health, we can set it to whatever's in our save file. And we can get health. Set that as well. Fresh nodes. So item object health. And then when we spawn an actor, we can also set its health. So we'll get health. So now, if we delete this and hit play, we've got all of our objects are spawning in at 100 health. And they've got their health values back. But if we delete that now, go back into here and set our cone's health to 50. There we go. And now if we do that, it's back to 50. So it remembers its health value. So when you adjust the health of an object, it will then, as long as you call the save that object's health. Pretty darn good. So let's save all of that. We'll reset its mesh back to what it was originally. So there we go. We got our objects. So it's first time loading, so it's going to save all those objects. And now if we load again, it's going to load them all back in with their correct values. And if we spawn some more in, it's going to save those. And it's going to save their health values. And if we remove them, they are now gone from the world. And if we remove these, they are now gone from the world as well. And that pretty much, I was expecting this to take a lot longer. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, let's have another cigarette. Treat me, Sam. And you can see how you could just keep adding variables and then adding them to the save file. So you could have different costs saved for an item, like it's been in the world for different amounts of time. So for example, if we were to do event begin play, Let's do a timer by event. Do the time every 1 second, and then add event, reduce health. Look at our health here. We'll decrement that. Compile. So now every second the health should go down. Oh, I forgot to set it looping. But now if we escape out of that, oh no, yeah, there we go. 99, 99, 49, 99. So let's put that to looping. Now if we let them all tick down. I know I don't have to have a begin play like an idiot. You get the idea. So what else can we do? So when an actor is put into the world, it saves its stuff. And when it's removed from the world, it saves its stuff. That's pretty much it, really. Spawn it in, it will add the object and save the object's details. When you remove an object, it will remove that object and save its details. So it's pretty much done. So let's get rid of that. And we'll collect up these objects. They're now gone. We spawn our objects in with our right click. Obviously, if you had some sort of function that was passing through all the variables to spawn in, you'd just pass them through to the spawn actor variable here. So you just add them to the thing here. And then you just set up the object as you wanted to. Can't really make it any easier than that, to be fair. Let's grab that, delete it. We'll just go mad, we'll spawn a couple in like that, like a nice little S shape. We've got loads of new items, and there you go. Hoover them all up. Yum yum nom 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 nom, and then they're all gone. And so yeah, when you remove an object, you can save whatever info you want about that. So we're just going to remove it from the level. So we're just saying don't do that. And when you spawn it in, you can give it whatever info you need to from the save level actor array. And in the save level actor array, you just put in. So you could have an object inventory, for example, and then feed that into the object. And all gets saved into this one struct in the saved level actor info. And that will create its own save game object for each individual level. So we just get rid of that again. And there we go. And if you wanted items of different classes, you could do that and just have it grab the class instead. So yeah, it's actually ridiculously more simple than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, to be fair. So we're going to call, whenever the player picks it up, we're going to call this, and it's going to destroy the actor, but it's going to save it to the removed array. When we load the game, it's going to loop through all of our actors. If there's a save, it's going to get all, if there's no save, it's going to get all of our actors. It's going to get their relevant information, save that. So if you want to operate on this specific object, for example, you could look up its details in the save file and operate on it from there or in the level itself. When you spawn a new object in, it will add it to this list of saved actors. So when you first load the level, it's going to get all of the actors in the level and populate their information in. So if you wanted to operate on this particular, one of these particular actors, all you need to know is its save index, which you can get from the actor itself. And then you can adjust its health inside the actor, and then save that to save file. So for example, no, I'm not going to do that now. Let's save all of that. And just again show you functioning. So like boosh, 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 boosh. Actually, what we can do to show you that actually working is when we spawn the actor in, we'll give it a random health value. So let's go to here where we're spawning our actors. Set health. We'll do plus random integer to a maximum of 20. Now, when we spawn an object, it's going to give it a random health value, which should make it easier. No, it's not. Spawn actor. Get health. Oh, it's setting the object health there. Okay, right now. Wait, hang on a minute. Set health. And we'll set it to the same value that's being generated here. And there we go. It's even updated our saved object. So let's get rid of all of these. And all of these. We'll look them all up. So we've got nothing in our array now. And then if we just spam in some random objects. Now we exit. Load back in again. Total level actors. Oh wait, hang on a minute. Yeah, set object health to object health plus. Oh yeah, no, it's getting there. 100. So we don't want to pull the actual object health when we spawn it. We just want to set it in there and in there. Let's get rid of that. Now if we spawn some random objects in, 76, 3, and 11. It should also be... No. You know what? Get rid of that. Yeah. There we go. So let's get rid of that. Label. So there we go. Now if we add a bunch of these in. What? Have I broken it? Oh dear. What have I done? There's all level actors. Spawn actor. Oh, I've not disconnected the bloody save thing, didn't I? Get rid of those. There we go. Add those. Remove those. He's doing all the way over there. There we go. So let's get rid of that. And there we go. So if we take the 50 and then spawn 100, we got the 100. Oh, well, that's going to happen. Yeah, we'll spawn 3 of them in. And we'll hoover them up. Spawn those 3 in. There we go. Suck them all up. And we're done.